I want to change the industry. I want to bring excellence and innovation into the medical sector. Robots, I don't believe robots can ever replace humans. I don't believe that. I do think they're helping humans and they're helping them a lot. I'm also building a secret project, which is I'm making my own injectable brand. I'm making a skin booster that should be groundbreaking. Dubai, I just noticed over the years, your network is your network.
Yeah. You built your reputation, you've built your knowledge over these years, and now becoming an entrepreneur.
I am from the heart of the industry.
There's a big company called BetConstruct that's from Armenia. Kim Kardashian's from Armenia.
Oh, yeah.
Dan Bilzerian.
She's my cousin.
Yeah.
When you grow, you get haters, and you know that very well, right?
100%. Yeah.
And
the haters make me want to do things more.
That's exactly it. And this is why I'm building. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
You think I can't do it? Watch me do it.
Hello, Merry Christmas, and welcome to BetTalks. I'm joined by another guest. She is a doctor of pharmacy. She is an entrepreneur. She has been in the UAE's healthcare and aesthetics industry for over 6 years. She is the founder of aysthetic.ae, and she is a businesswoman of health and beauty. Let's welcome to the show, Aya Al Hamad. How are you?
Thank you so much for this warm welcome.
Brilliant.
I'm excited for Christmas and this Christmas special.
Absolutely. It is a Christmas special. Welcome to BetTalks.
Thank you.
Here at BetTalks, we discuss everything from gaming, crypto, AI, healthcare, everything emerging tech within the UAE. Obviously, you're around the medical industry. So I wanted to come in and get some feedback from you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Brilliant. I know you've just launched your new brand, aysthetics.ae.
Aesthetics. So I did a wordplay.
Okay.
I replaced the E with Y.
Okay.
I'm sure you know why I did
So
that.
it's pronounced your name and aesthetics together.
It's actually, it's aysthetic.ae.
Yeah.
Aesthetic.ae.
Okay.
So not aesthetic, it's aesthetic. So
Brilliant.
Just pronounce it the way you want it.
Brilliant. Fantastic. So tell me more about it. Obviously, you've been in the sort of healthcare. You're a registered doctor. What is aesthetics? What's it all about?
So throughout the years, when I moved to the UAE, I moved to work for a pharma company, and I fell in love with the aesthetic world. So I basically started my career and my journey in the aesthetic industry. So I've been working with many doctors. I almost worked with 95% of the UAE's aesthetic doctors, plastic surgeons, dermatologists, GP aesthetics. So I have a huge network of doctors. And at the same time, I started due to the experience, and you get to see 10 or 20 clinics a day, and you meet a lot of doctors every day. And over the years, I realized that this network everyone is calling me like, Aya, hi, how are you? We're opening a new clinic.
Yeah.
And I know that you know this doctor. Can you please help us get this doctor? And I just do it. I like to help people. And what's the harm in that? You match. It just gives me happiness to match the right doctor with the right environment.
Yeah.
It's very tricky because doctors can be tough to work with, and clinics might not provide the right environment for that specific doctor. It could be many things. You have to find the right fit and the right match. And due to the experience that I had,
Sure.
I found it easy for me to find the match and match them well together. Because some clinic owners, they want this doctor, but they don't really keep in mind that this doctor is not perfect for them, whether it's the way he practices, the hours, or the wages, or everything, even the patients.
Sure.
It can be the type of patients. Okay, this clinic's patients are mainly Arabs, and this doctor's patients are non-Arabs. So it's a lot of things that you need to keep in mind that I've been helping throughout the years. Last project I did, I built one of the biggest clinics in the UAE from zero, and single-handedly started the whole clinic. It was a huge clinic, 4 floors, cafeteria, everything. And I was the managing director. And while I was doing that, I really fell in love with the process. And I found that, this is my passion. I enjoyed it. And I found a huge success that made me so proud that I was able to do that. I was the youngest brand managing director. I was 27.
Wow.
So, it gave me the confidence to start Esthetic. And I want to change the industry. I want to bring excellence and innovation into the medical sector, especially in the aesthetic world. And this is why I started Aesthetic. I want to do the change and basically put my Aya, into
the aesthetics. Brilliant. So I've been following your journey through social media. I can see obviously you're building this brand and you're currently using your network to obviously create this introduction. It's like an introduction platform in the aesthetics or healthcare.
It is basically, an introduction. It's a setup as well.
Yeah.
Whoever's thinking about opening a clinic, a premium, high-end luxury clinic, that's where that's my team is specializing in. They're setting up your clinic exactly the way you want it. You just don't have to even do anything. You just sit back, tell me your vision, and it's done within a specific amount that's very realistic. That's the thing in Dubai. Some companies, they give you a time frame that is not really accurate, so that gives disappointments. So this is what Aesthetic is avoiding. It's being realistic, transparent, and that also builds trust.
So not only are you helping clinics set up, are you offering surgery services as well?
Yes. So what I'm doing is, it's a B2C and a B2B.
Okay.
B2B mainly because I'm setting up clinics and all that, but B2C, a lot of people in the UAE are confused. Okay, I want to do this specific treatment, but I don't know where to go.
Okay.
There's a million clinic, literally like over 1,000 aesthetic clinics.
Well,
in the
definitely
UAE.
down Jumeirah 1, 2, and 3. I mean, how do you pick?
How do you
pick where to go?
It's hard, it's hard. There's a lot of doctors, and no offense to a lot, but some doctors are not that good as they sound or seem on social media. Some doctors are really big on social media, but when it comes to reality, the results are bad.
Sure.
So how to avoid that? You just come to Aesthetic and you just ask them, you know what? I want to do exosomes. I want to do a certain plastic surgery. And my team guides you to the right doctor without, I'm not collaborating. I'm just giving transparent advice due to my experience and my team's experience. They direct you to the right place, and they give you. And honestly, everyone that I have guided, they were very happy. And they come to me and they're very loyal to me and my advice. If they want to do anything, it even became like, if I want to do a hairstyle on New Year's, where do I go? I'm like, okay, I don't do that, but I'll help you.
Yeah. So you've got a lot of following within the healthcare and obviously sectors. You're starting this new brand. How did it all start originally? How did you get into this industry? How long you've been in Dubai for? How did it all begin?
You want the long version or short version?
Well, we've got a good hour, and it is a Christmas special, so let's go for the short impact. Yeah?
Exactly. I'm trying. It's a very long story, but I'll simplify it.
Yeah.
I grew up in Syria, born and raised. I studied pharmacy in Tashreed University. I've started to do masters in lab medicine, but due to war and circumstances, I had to move. I worked in Pfizer Pharmaceuticals in Beirut, part-time, 6 months, wasn't long. And then I moved to Dubai. I moved to Dubai on a job contract. It wasn't really on my list to come here.
Yeah.
But I'm very glad that I did, because I was supposed to go to London to do my master's.
Wow.
But then I ended up coming here because of this contract that I had, and I worked as a medical representative for a pharma company. And then I started visiting all these hospitals, going to all these conferences, and doing my field, pharmaceutical. But then I fell in love in aesthetics.
Yeah.
And I started working in the beginning in one of the biggest aesthetic companies as also a medical rep, product specialist, key account manager, brand supervisor, brand manager, managing director, and now here.
Fantastic. So you've worked for several different brands. Now you're taking that knowledge, that network, and put it into Aesthetics, which is, the name's quite catchy. I'm getting there. I like it. I'm getting there. I like it. Which is great. And to see that growth over these years is brilliant, what you're doing. So congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
One question I did want to ask now, in regards to Dubai. Now, Dubai obviously is huge for healthcare, huge in the medical sector. Now, AI technology is coming into play. Obviously, Dubai is becoming this AI tech hub, and MedTech does come into play. Now, I'm seeing all these crazy things that sort of AI technology and robots are coming into the sort of MedTech world. What's your thoughts on them? What's your thoughts on that?
I think we use technology more than we realize, and it's taking over our lives drastically. And the thing is I only want to make one comment before I dive in. Robots, I don't believe robots can ever replace humans. I don't believe that. I do think they're helping humans and they're helping them a lot, but I don't think it can replace, just to start with, especially in the medical industry. But what technology did in the medical field, it basically is a game changer.
Yeah.
Results are more accurate, downtime is less. When it comes to technology, it's being used everywhere in skin, hair, body, you name it. So let's take diagnostics, for example. Dermatologists used to spend a good hour just to diagnose what's happening in your skin. Now there's a skin analyzer. You just put your face, 5 seconds, and it reads your skin. With the camera, it just literally analyzes all your skin. It sees the acne scars, fine lines, pores, rosacea, you name it. And then the doctor, guess what? The doctor saved an hour.
Yeah.
And they don't have to, and they'll spend this hour treating the patient. Because at the end of the day, the patient really cares about the result. They don't really care about the diagnostic. The diagnostic is for the doctor, not for the patient.
Sure.
So this is why technology is helping the medical professionals, and it's reflecting on the result on the patients.
Interesting, very, very interesting stuff. I mean, I have seen articles now that surgery is going to be sort of taking place with 0 humans involved. I mean, this is crazy stuff. I mean,
That's true.
Yeah, this is crazy stuff. And obviously, our AI is implementing into the healthcare sector. Dubai is obviously emerging so fast in all different sectors. What advice would you give to people that are looking to do any kind of surgery? Because obviously you do hear some horror stories. What advice would you give to our viewers here at BetTalks for people looking to do surgery and going in that right direction? I think that's a great question.
When it comes to surgery, the most in aesthetics, we have the level of how dangerous something you can do.
Yeah.
There's minimal invasive, there's invasive, and there's surgeries. Surgeries are the highest risk. So there's full body anesthesia, downtime that is very long. So when it comes to choosing the right doctor, don't count on results that you see on Instagram.
Yeah.
You have to pick a doctor that is knowledgeable, that is an eligible doctor. There's a lot of doctors, so-called doctors, I wouldn't say, they're not really plastic surgeons. They just have maybe a GP or they're general practitioner, but the results are crazy. And even I'm impressed. I'm like, wow, I want this. But then guess what I do? I do a background check. I see what's the qualification of this doctor.
Yeah.
And this is what I do in aesthetics as well. Like I do that for you. So yes, you come to me and you tell me, I don't care how amazing your results are, you need to be safe.
Sure.
When it comes to HD lipo, I'm talking aesthetics. Plastic surgery, HD lipo, rhinoplasty, or facelifts, or whatever. The high risk is huge. The risk is huge when it comes to that. You have a risk of deformities, you have a risk of paralysis, and you have facial paralysis. You've got death as well on the table. Wow. Anesthesia is involved, and it's the most dangerous thing. Anesthesia's doses are it's studied, it's detailed. Like you have to choose the right anesthesia doctor. So it's all that. For me, safety comes first and then results.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. So you are becoming this medical sort of icon within the UAE. I've seen you on the Virgin Radio, on the Chris Fade show. I mean, wow. I mean, this is big stuff, huh? So
not on the Chris Fade show yet. I was
interviewed. It was interviewed by Chris Fade. So I mean, this is great stuff that you are creating this icon image, which is great, and all brand awareness, obviously moving with your new brand. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
That's a good question. I usually keep that to myself, but since we're here, it's an open space.
But business-wise, where do you see your...
Yeah, even business-wise. I have bigger plans than just aesthetic. Although aesthetics is my heart and soul. It's my passion. It's everything I've worked for. If you imagine all these days that I haven't slept, thinking, working, doing research, all these... I remember working from the morning till night for 100 days straight.
Yeah.
And this is all coming into aesthetic, and I don't regret a single day. But I see myself, I'm also building a secret project, which is I'm making my own injectable brand. I'm making a skin booster that should be groundbreaking because it's mixing exosomes and skin boosters. So I want to launch that. And basically, I see myself as the number one consultant in the industry. In the aesthetic world, Aya is the person. If I want anything, I'll go to Esthetic, I'll go to Aya. She'll give me the right advice. Trust, I'll get the trust of people. That's where I see myself. I see myself helping people run their businesses without any financial agenda. I really want to make a change. And I've always been like that. I've never thought about the materialistic part of my job. I always thought about, you know what, let me help, money flows.
Yeah.
Success comes, money follows.
I've always said it's the unpaid work that matters, and eventually it comes.
Eventually.
I have made introductions to people, never seen a penny, and then eventually it all just comes after. Maybe whether it's 6, 12 months later, eventually it all just starts flowing anyway. If you make the right introductions to the right people. But yeah, I've always said the unpaid work is the ones that matter.
I agree.
And it does, yeah.
100% I agree.
And it's the same as in any industry. Your industry, I mean, my main focus is the gaming/gambling industry, crypto. So I make a lot of introductions, a lot of networks, because let's face the facts, right? People want to know people that know people.
True.
Right?
I know somebody that knows somebody.
Right? I know a guy who knows a guy,
Exactly.
right? And everyone always wants to get the best deal, right? I don't care where you are in the world. Everyone always wants the best deal with the best people.
Exactly.
Okay? And you cannot, your network is your net worth, like they say. A very old school saying. And
It's accurate.
yeah.
In the UAE and Dubai, I just noticed over the years, your network is your net worth.
Yeah, of course.
And I just realized that. I was like, oh my God, all this time I had this.
Yeah.
And I never really thought about using this.
But time is massively important. When I was in my sort of late 20s, I was very impatient. I wanted everything yesterday, and I was like, oh, I want everything now. Time is massively important. All right.
I agree.
And that's sort of, you've built your reputation, you've built your knowledge over these years, and now becoming an entrepreneur. How does that make you feel to be coming to this entrepreneurial life?
It's actually, it feels surreal because, as you said, when I was 24, I wanted to do all this. And I'm just 24, but I'm just always ahead of myself, you know?
Yeah, of course.
And I've always been business orientated. I've always worked. I don't remember I never stopped working, by the way, since I was 18. I used to go to the university, and then from university, I go to the hospital. I was an assistant pharmacist in a hospital in Syria.
Yeah.
But I love this. This is what I see myself where I've always seen myself.
Yeah.
Like I am where I thought I will be.
Yeah.
And everything I set my mind to, I achieve because you know what? I work for it.
Yeah.
I don't wait for anybody to give me a hand. I do the work myself. And I don't wait for anybody's help. So it just makes me feel very proud and very grateful. And I wish this little girl is watching me. She's very happy because she was very worried and scared.
Yeah, of course.
She was scared because she thought that it is scary. Dubai is scary.
You've taken this leap, this step into, it's like I say, it's uncertainty. It's the world of uncertainty.
It's uncertainty, but guess what? I'm certain of my power. I'm certain of my skills. I'm certain in my hard work.
Yeah.
I think no matter how much knowledge you have, you can always expand that by working hard. Even if you didn't have, my pharmacy degree really helps, but even if I didn't have that, if I work hard, this is why I see a lot of people that are successful. They didn't go to school, but they're successful. They're billionaires. They're millionaires.
Yes, of course, yeah.
So because they work hard, they're smart, they know what they're doing. And this is basically what I'm going to teach my kids in the future. That
as the true saying goes, listen, work smart, not hard as well. I'm a big believer of this. I mean, my schooling was not on the sort of level that I would have wanted it, but I'd never change anything. The fact of how I've grown into business entrepreneurial life has excelled massively over the last sort of 2 years, and that is purely just through network, introducing Peter to Paul, and these guys want to know these guys, etc., and it all just builds this portfolio of who you are.
Exactly.
I also find that obviously social media marketing is the biggest marketing tool. Content. My motto is no days off. I literally don't have any days off. People are like, Rick, how do you do what you do? I say, I just don't stop. I don't stop. And I have big dreams. And if you want big dreams, then you've got to put the hours in. You've got to put the effort in. So, yeah, it's good times ahead. So, listen, congratulations, like I say, with the new launch. When are you officially launching?
So my plan is end of Feb.
Okay.
I'm already established the website. Everything is ready. The name is registered.
You have the domain, yes?
I have the domain.
Yes,
it's
brilliant.
right, aysthetic.ae.
Yeah. Aesthetic.ae.
It's very simple and easy. You can easily just click on the website and you can find any service that you want. You just click and you get a response from the team. You ask them any question in the aesthetic. Where do I go? I want to see this doctor, or I want to do this. It's there. You're going to get that help ASAP. And for the launch, I already have some clients that I'm working with. So that's why I've been really busy. So working with the clients and the same time trying to build the brand in parallel. So I'm doing both at the same time. I'm very excited about it.
Fantastic stuff. And the benefit to what you're doing is you can work from anywhere in the world.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah. So you're not tied to be going to a clinic every single time. And this is, I mean, I haven't been sort of office-based now in several years. And I was obviously doing these office hours and actually working for people. And my growth into business is exactly the same as what you're doing. I moved from office instead of a clinic, going to every day, to just using my network and tapping into solutions which allowed me to be more freelance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is what I woke up one day and I'm like, you know what? I used to go to the clinic 7 days a week, Rick. 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And it's crazy. And I'm like, you know what? I love it. I love the clinic. I love the people. I love everyone. I still have great relationship with them. But it's just that, I rather really put in that effort. Like I look around, Aya, you built this.
Yeah, of course.
Why don't you do it for you?
Yeah, of course.
And I decided, and I have support from them still. They're still one of my clients as well. They're doing really good in hair transplant, and I'm a big believer in hair transplant as well. So I'm still their consultant when it comes to the hair. And I like to keep my relationship with everyone, and I like to make peace because I always have the benefit of the doubt. When you grow, you get haters, and you know that very well, Rick.
100%.
And
the haters make me want to do things more.
That's exactly it. And this is why I'm building. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
You think I can't do it? Watch me do it.
Brilliant.
Watch
Fantastic.
me do it.
One question I want to ask you, because there is a lot of competition out there.
Yes.
A lot. All right. But there's a lot of competition in every industry, right? And I just think if you sort of, the harder you work in the right areas, because you can work very hard, but in the wrong areas, right?
True.
So the harder you work in the right areas, there's no stopping. And it doesn't matter what you look like, what you sound like, it doesn't make a difference. If you focus on doing the right things right, it will work, right? But there is a lot of competition. So you've got to outweigh that competition. Just sort of going back to, let's look at Jumeirah 1, Jumeirah 2, Jumeirah 3. I mean, wow. I mean, where do you start? Do you know what I mean? How do you overlook that competition and sort of beat that sort of?
So at the moment, my competition is health consultancy management companies.
Yeah.
Which I don't compare. They're bigger. My company is small. But I do have the trust of these clinics. I do have the trust of these doctors. And for me, being in the industry for many years, I know the clinics from A to Z. I know who's the owner, who's the manager, who's the nurse, who's the receptionist, who's the manager, everything.
Yeah.
And I know how they operate, what they're thinking about, what they want, what they need. So this past years that working with them helped me. So all these health management companies, they've never worked in the industry.
Yeah.
They decided to open, they just get leads from different places. But I am from the heart of the industry. I'm opening this. So that's why I find it, yes, it is challenging to build yourself, but I have a huge faith in myself and the people's trust. And that is pushing me to keep going. Like when I get calls, I get almost every day, I get a call or a message or an inquiry or a question. Even when I was building Este or a clinic before, or I was in a company before, I always get this question. So it's never stopping for me. That gives me continuous motivation.
Brilliant.
So I don't find, it is challenging, but I believe in myself and I'm building my name and my trust. So a lot of people might like that, people might not. So I just have to keep going.
And it's yours also. It's yours. You're not sort of working for anyone else's brand, which is massive. And what it allows you to do is open up. So instead of just sort of working for one company, it's your own gig and you can work for 10 other companies. It's the same as what I did. So I branched out. Instead of sort of working for one gaming company, I work for 10 of them now.
There you go.
Do you see
Exactly.
what I
That's
mean?
what I'm doing.
So, yeah, and it's exactly the same sort of scenario. Listen, amazing stuff. I want to touch bases on Dubai. How long have you been in Dubai for?
2019.
2019. So you've seen some changes.
A lot. Every day.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I've been coming to Dubai since 2014. I've seen it massively change. Some for the better, some for the worse. But that's the same as everywhere. All right, you get benefits and not. I can remember Dubai being an exceptionally strict Muslim country.
How long you've been in Dubai?
I started coming here in 2014.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I've been coming here, not living, but coming here for 10 years. I can remember during Ramadan when they used to put shutters on the front, blinds on front of the restaurants. You wasn't allowed to drink water outside. You wasn't
didn't know
allowed.
that.
Yeah, you wasn't allowed to eat outside.
Oh, wow.
No music. There was no music. There was no parties during Ramadan. Now it's very, very open. Very, very open. It's changed a lot.
So this one, I cannot give you a comment regarding this because I wasn't in Dubai.
Sure.
When I was in Dubai, I mean, I moved to Dubai and Corona hit. So
Yeah.
I think I brought Corona with me. A lot of people tell me that. I'm like, go back to Syria, Aya. So I do think Dubai is a multicultural country. And for me, it's the most peaceful, not country, city. UAE is the safest city in the world. I'm very happy to be here because I get to have my friends from all over the world. They're all happy. They're all free to do whatever they want.
Sure.
And I think freedom is the most valuable thing a human being can have.
Yeah.
And the UAE has managed to give that to everyone.
For sure.
And that's why the UAE is exceeding. It's
why it's growing so rapidly. I always say Dubai for me is the best city in the world. It creates so much opportunities. Your network here is flawless.
It's flawless.
The people you meet are good energy. Everyone wants everyone to do well. And if you're not in Dubai, I think you're behind the game. I'll be honest with you.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I always say that.
Yeah.
It's just, I always thought, you know what? Every day I wake up, I say, thank God.
Yeah.
That's my ritual. I say, thank God. I look around, I'm in Dubai. Because I've also been in Syria and I've experienced war and I've experienced being not safe constantly for years. So when I'm in Dubai and I see this too much peace, it's unreal. And I say, thank God, because if I wasn't in Dubai, I don't know if I would have been this successful.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have been myself. I'm able to express myself, be myself, do my passion.
Yeah.
It's all because of what this country is giving me.
Sure.
So yeah, we're very blessed.
As I explained, I mean, I have seen a lot of changes in Dubai, especially on the sort of nightlife side of things. Dubai has changed a lot.
For the better or worse?
I think for the worst.
How?
It's becoming an Ibiza.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Well, you're getting a lot of the clubs coming to Dubai now. West Beach is like I call it a mini Magaluf. It's like, I mean,
I haven't been to one in a very long time, so I don't really know.
So I'm quite sort of passionate on this topic, and I'm very direct about it.
Can we talk a little bit? I want to educate myself.
Yeah. So it's changed a lot. It's become a clubbing sort of. It has become a clubbing hub now. It's become from Europe closing at the end of summer to now Dubai is the next sort of clubbing hub, which this is great for people that want to do that, but my days of that are long gone, and it's sort of it's not really for me. But yeah, probably changed for the worse, I think, in Dubai in many ways. But for business, there's no place like it. There's no place like it. So let's touch base on. I mean, you become your business and your sort of as you become a professional now has obviously emerged within Dubai. Tell me about Syria.
What do you want to know?
Well,
exactly?
I've never been there. Well, put it this way: people don't go to Syria on a 2-week all-inclusive holiday. Okay, so let's
not now, but they used to.
They used to. So let's talk about what it's like there. I mean, what's actually happening?
I have to mention something, by the way. I'm wearing green. And the background is green.
The background's green, yeah.
And now Syria's flag is green now.
Wow, okay.
So yeah, we're celebrating.
Okay, we're celebrating, yeah.
So
and it's Christmas.
Yeah. Come on, it's gonna be better.
Yeah.
Syria is, for me, it's not because I'm Syrian and I can be a little biased when it comes to that, but I think it's one of the most beautiful countries in the world. Syria is one of the most richest countries in the world. when it comes to natural resources.
Yeah.
People,
Commodities.
exactly. People, very educated, hardworking, simple people, very good people. If you go, Rick, if you go to Syria, and one day I'll take you, you will see they will treat you like a king.
Yeah.
They're very good people, and they don't deserve what's been going on and what's happening. It's just, I don't want to go into politics. I'm just glad that now Syria is, I just have hope for the first time in many, many years that Syria is going to be back.
But when you say you've experienced war, what have you experienced?
I mean, a war, it's, since 2013 when the revolution started, and it was obviously they tried to kill the revolution and then they killed everyone.
Wow.
And a lot of countries started interfering, and I don't want to go into politics, but it's just that I've experienced it all. I've seen people die, I've seen the war, I've seen explosions, and the only thing is, it's not a strange story if I'm talking about this in front of Syrians. It's a day-to-day topic. So we're used to not having electricity, we're used to not having water, we're used to hearing gunshots and explosions on a day-to-day basis. So I think now it's the time for the Syrian people to experience the normal life. It's just the basic life, human life. That's it. So that's basically it's a lot.
I can see you're very passionate about this. You're proud of being Syrian, which is great.
I'm very proud to be Syrian.
Yeah.
I'm Syrian, and my grandma is Armenian.
Okay.
So we do have that
So
mix.
the Armenians, I have a lot of contact with the Armenians.
Perfect.
Because Armenia is a big gaming hub. There's a big company called BetConstruct that's from Armenia. Kim Kardashian's from Armenia.
Oh, yeah.
Dan Bilzerian.
She's my cousin.
Yeah.
I actually really love Armenia. It has a special place in my heart. I grew up with Armenians in an Armenian neighborhood.
I didn't know you. So partly you have some Armenian there, a Syrian Armenian, yeah?
There's a lot of Armenians in Syria. There's a lot of everything actually in Syria. This is what I love about it.
Yeah.
In the group of friends we were in university, everyone is from a different country or a different religion, and nobody actually cares.
No.
It's just who you are. That's what I remember Syria. Even in the midst of the war, nobody really cares what your religion is.
Very metropolitan,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Metropolitan, that's the word.
That's the word.
So I just think if the media sheds the right light on Syria, you would really discover how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
The people in there are exceptional. If you find doctors in Germany, doctors in the US, Harvard, Oxford, they're doing amazing.
Yeah.
And they're Syrian. So they have a lot of potential.
Fantastic stuff. Okay, well, listen, it's one question I do want to ask you. I was talking to you regarding Dubai and changes here. One topic we always discuss here at BetTalks, it's a big topic that we discuss. And obviously you are Arabic, so you obviously know a lot about that sort of Arabic culture. Now, come 2027, the first land-based casino and gaming/gambling is going to become regulated within the UAE. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm not an expert when it comes to, I don't really want to elaborate a lot on it. I don't like to talk about something if I don't know much about it, but I do think in the UAE, I think the UAE is trying to open space for everyone. The thing is about the UAE and Dubai, you can be whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
You want to be Christian, you want to be Muslim, you want to be religious, you want to drink alcohol, you want to go to the mosque, you have that. So I don't think it's something that I should be surprised. It's not a surprise that it's being regulated, because I think a lot of things are going to be regulated even more. Talk about Saudi Arabia. Did you notice how huge the change is happening in there?
Unbelievable.
If Saudi Arabia is doing that, so UAE is going to obviously regulate.
The one sort of opinions that we try to get from people, not so that you actually need to know a lot about it, but how do you think local Emiratis will accept gambling in the UAE?
So gambling clashes with Islamic religion.
Correct.
So that's what I know. But I think the focus is for non-Muslim to be going there and be... So there's a lot of things. There's clubs regulated. Why don't you regulate gambling or gaming? So if you think about it, alcohol is haram and pork is haram.
But alcohol became very, very open now.
And it's very open. So gambling, so what? I think it's if the only thing is this country is letting letting gambling or alcohol or whatever available to people, that doesn't make it less Muslim country. It just gives access to people that are non-Muslim. And let's face it, Dubai is mainly expats.
100%.
It's not, the majority is not Muslim.
Yeah.
It's not Emiratis. The majority is the expats. So
Absolutely.
Dubai and the UAE is providing all the means to the expats. And this is why people are happy here. If you want to make the #1 country and city in the world, that's what you do, and they're doing it right.
Absolutely. I think it's a great answer. It is. It's allowing different cultures all in one hub to allow you access to, I mean, obviously gambling is a big part of the world. So yeah, I think it's a great answer. So listen.
But I've never been to a casino. So
You've never been to a casino? Okay. Well,
I've never been. I don't know how it's going on. I'm excited. One day I might go, but I'm not gambling. Yeah. But I really want to go and see what's happening, because I just watch it in the movies. People go to Vegas and
I've been to Vegas. It's a fun place, but there's you've got Vegas. You obviously got Macau, Hong Kong, Macau. So sort of the theory is that sort of Ras Al Khaimah will be the sort of gaming hub of the Middle East, and it's already become regulated. The Win is being developed as we speak on Marjan Island.
Wow.
Very exciting times ahead. Yeah.
I actually have a question for you.
Yes.
So, as I said, I'm not an expert in gaming, but where do you think is the biggest gaming hub in the world? And do you think Dubai is going to compete with that?
100%. So, gambling alone, online gambling, not land-based. So, you've got land-based casinos. Online gambling, the revenue was over $800 billion last year. Online. Okay. So, land-based is Las Vegas, Macau. You have land-based casinos in Europe, in London. The hub of Ras Al Khaimah, the reason why they are expanding is to grow their Emirates. So you've got Dubai is fully already established. The infrastructure is already happening. There are already casinos here, just not launched yet. There is a casino on the QE2 stationed in Deira Islands on the QE2. There's a casino on that that's not in use. There are apparently casinos in the Royal Atlantis. There's apparently casinos in the Burj Al Arab. There was a casino at the Caesars Palace on Blue Waters, but they've just pulled the plug because Blue Waters didn't get the gaming license. So there are already casinos established, ready to go once that gaming license comes into play. So who's not saying once Ras Al Khaimah launches the Win on Marjan Island, then you'll start seeing them popping up in Dubai as well.
Okay.
So I've done some research on it.
Obviously, you're the expert in that. But do you think it's going to compete with the international gaming?
I think 100%. I mean, the gaming floor of the Win in Ras Al Khaimah is 4 times as big as the one in Las Vegas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's very impressive. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So you learn something new every day, yeah?
You learn something new every day.
I've never been to a casino.
We learn a lot at BetTalks.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Well, listen, thank you for having you on the show. It's been great having you on. To learn more about aesthetics, learn more about sort of MedTech, learn more about healthcare within the UAE. Good luck with aysthetic.ae. Check it out, guys. aysthetic.ae with a Y, not an E.
Yes.
Yes. Fantastic. Aya, it's been great having you on here at BetTalks.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming along. And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. Looking forward for the next episode, because this is just one. There's going to be 2.
Fantastic. Lovely to have you on the show. Thank you very much.
Next Christmas.
Brilliant.
Thank you so much, Rick.